single drop of all you got. Every single drop of all you got. Every single bit of all you have. Every single bit of all you have.
Look, you clicked the video, so I'm pretty sure you saw part 4 at the end of the title. Meaning if you haven't watched the other 3 parts, I'd advise you get to it. Considering the number of games we're going to be jumping from, I have a feeling this is going to be a long one. So let's not waste any more time.
Every single bit of all you have.
Alright, starting off with the first storybook game. Both Shara and Eraser Jin are genies, although one clearly has more power than the other. I felt it'd be fair if they both get the Puff Buff fruit. The fruit basically makes the user itself a magic lamp, and rubbing their body will call forth a genie to appear and fight at their command. However, if the user stops rubbing their body, the genie will disappear, leaving you defenseless. Now, remember when I said one genie is stronger than the other? Eraser Jin, being the final boss and all, has way more power than make him qualified for the Smoke, and Warp fruits respectively. The former allows the user to not only turn into smoke, but also ensnare and trap people as well, while the latter grants the user teleportation. There are a couple of other things that he can do that might qualify him for even more fruits, but these two seem to be the most prominent powers we see him use. Looking back, Darkspine Sonic is an interesting transformation for the Blue Blur. The 7 world rings are the magical MacGuffins of the game, similar in power to the Chaos Emeralds. Each ring has a specific emotion and power attached to it, and it's been theorized that if a person got all 7, the cumulative power could potentially open the gates of hell. Holy shit, he actually did say that. Anyway, what's interesting is Sonic absorbed only 3 of them to attain this form. Those rings being the red, green, and purple world rings, which each represent rage, hatred, and sadness. Now, while doing research for this, the Sonic Wiki states that in this form Sonic's abilities consist of fire, wind, and darkness, which coincide with the rings he absorbed. But in gameplay, I only really see fire being the prominent power used, so I'll keep things simple and give him the Flame fruit. It's the only power I know for a fact the red ring has, since it was previously inside the Ifrit, which was a fire monster Eraser summoned. If you guys want to argue that Sonic should get the Dark fruit as well, feel free to leave your reasoning in the comments. Sonic Chronicles: The Dark Brotherhood was Sega's attempt at a Sonic RPG. The idea sounded good on paper, but the execution was bad. Fucking bad. Sorry, but all memories associated with this game are all negative, although I heard others managed to enjoy it. 2 characters that make their first and, well, final appearance are Shade and Ix, 2 echidnas from a rival echidna clan that got sealed away in Dimension X or some shit like that, I don't know. Shade's whole thing is being a great stealth operative. Oh, so that's why she's called Shade. The Clear fruit obviously is the best choice for her. Ix doesn't really give me a lot to go on. I guess the Glint fruit works because he does have a super form and is proficient in chaos power, so there's that. Can we talk about Sonic Unleashed now? Okay, screw what the internet says, I actually like the Werehog. Being a side effect of having the Chaos Emeralds forcefully stripped from him, Sonic somehow ended up absorbing some of Dark Gaia's essence, resulting in this transformation. As the Werehog, Sonic ends up trading his speed in exchange for power, and on top of that, his arms can now stretch long distances as well. It's so funny how this strange extra ability makes the Werehog a perfect candidate for the Gum Gum fruit of all things. Now, even if you're not a One Piece fan, you'd still have to know that this fruit makes the user's body take on the properties of rubber. This would be a pretty decent power buff for this form of Sonic, since this means every part of his body can stretch and expand accordingly. Being the main character's Devil Fruit means this fruit has a boatload of versatility, such as allowing the user to increase the blood flow in their body, resulting in increased power and speed. They can also treat parts of their body like a balloon by blowing air into their body parts, effectively increasing their mass and strength behind certain attacks. Combine those skills with Ornament Hockey and you're effectively a powerhouse in a multitude of ways, and if the user's lucky enough to awaken said fruit, they can even affect the environment as well, among other things. Look, we'd be here all day if I got into the specifics of what this fruit is truly capable of, so if you know, you know. Oh yeah, the Werehog would also be a worthy candidate for the Dog Fruit Model Wolf, I guess. Who the hell's cutting onions in here? Chip's yet another companion character that travels with Sonic and Sonic Unleashed. At the beginning of the game, he starts off with amnesia, but near the end as you restore the Earth, his memory returns and it's revealed that he is Light Gaia, a deity that restores the Earth every time Dark Gaia awakens to shatter it. Being the literal embodiment of light itself, it'd be silly not to give Chip the Glint fruit. But I guess if we really want to get weird, we could give him the Stone fruit since Chip transforms into a freaking golem, Megazord style, during the final boss. You know, you gotta appreciate Sega's attempts at keeping Sonic fresh with a new gimmick each game. They literally asked the question, what's cooler than Sonic having a sword? Sonic having a talking sword! Calibur not only doubles as yet another companion that travels with Sonic in a one-time adventure, but is also Sonic's weapon of choice in this game. As a sword, Calibur can't do much other than be a weapon for Sonic, and be a bit of a smartass. But when reborn as his true form, Excalibur, he becomes the ultimate sword that can defeat any evil. Which is why he gets the Glint fruit. And since Excalibur Sonic is basically just Sonic enveloped in armor, it makes sense he'd get this fruit by proxy. Do I even count King Arthur here? After you beat him, it's revealed he was never real to begin with and he was created as an illusion by Merlin. You know what? I'll let you guys handle this one. Merlin's granddaughter Merlina, on the other hand, easily gets the Shadow fruit. She went from a helpful, kind companion to actually having the title of Dark Queen. Ironically enough, stealing people's shadows and putting them in corpses to give people that have died a second chance at life is tragically morbid, but it also kind of fits with Merlina's plan in that game. Wow. You know what's weird, how a game about an anthropomorphic blue hedgehog wielding a talking sword to go fight King fucking Arthur of all people managed to teach a lesson about how not to deal with the concept of death. My childhood was fucking awesome. Hey, wanna feel old? Sonic Lost will turn 10 this year! Hey wait, what about the Wisps? What about the Wisps? Zaddy's rule! Despite the fact to this day I still don't know what the hell a Zaddy is, it's cool to have known threats in Sonic that aren't either just an Eldritch Abomination or Eggman again. One thing that at least seems to be consistent with Zaddies is their control over magnetic fields, allowing them to control electronics, which I guess technically does make them all candidates for the Magnet fruit. But each member of the Deadly Six also has powers exclusive to them, so we'll go through them in boss order. Zaz doesn't really give us much to work with here. He's got enough strength to lift and carry a robot moon, which could make him a candidate for the Strong fruit. But he can also shoot these weird jack-shaped bombs from his hands, so the Bomb fruit would probably be a better fit for him. especially personality-wise since he's the crazy one. Zomom is an absolute glutton and easily gets the Munch Munch fruit. But he also has other abilities like spinning at high speeds, essentially turning himself into a makeshift tornado. While I don't think it's anywhere near as powerful, the Spin Spin fruit provides a similar effect as well as allowing the user to fly, utilizing any part of their body as propeller. The Mole Mole fruit also deserves a mention since Zomom can burrow quickly underground for a surprise attack or a retreat. Master Zik gets the Float Float fruit since he's using telekinesis in his boss fight. Honestly, this fruit is a good fit for the dude considering how strong it is. Especially since Master Zik is the founding member of the Deadly Six, and it was possibly the former leader before Zadok. Ah yes, the token girl of the group. Like Zaz, Xena doesn't really give us much to work with. She can create energy whips, which just might make her a candidate for the Whip Whip fruit. Now, this is a somewhat recent fruit, which means we don't know the full capabilities of it. What we do know is that it allows the user to apparently, tame and command anything they whip.
Harder, Daddy!
Even with the lack of information, this fruit surprisingly fits Xena's character well. But I guess a worthy substitute could be the Bind fruit, which can bind and restrain people. Zor, my personal favorite, gets the Shadow fruit, since he's pretty much already demonstrated a portion of this fruit's abilities in-game. Being able to create zombies with other people's shadows is very fitting for the most morbid member of the team. Finally, we have Zavok, the leader of the Deadly Six, who is basically just Sega's Bowser. But we're not here to talk about that. As the leader, this man ain't no slouch when it comes to combat. Immense strength, combat prowess, durability, and he can even grow his size to become even more menacing. But it's his pyrokinetic abilities that make him a worthy candidate for the Flame fruit. Then I said screw that, we'll give him the Magma fruit. Because say it with me now, magma is hotter than fire. Zavok is apparently the most aggressive and powerful Zeti there is, so it makes sense to give him one of the strongest defensive Logia fruits in One Piece. Alright, well that does it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it enough to hit that little like and subscribe button down there. Really mean a lot to you, boy. We blew through a lot of Sonic games today, and I feel like that'll be the same case for part 5. The development of Sonic games seem to stop being yearly post Lost World. I wonder why that is.
I wonder if cream and sticks are free. Make a road trip out of it.
Oh. Oh no.